had intentions of making a video talking about how last year I started doing Airbnb and I did not promote it on social media. I did not post it. I did not ask people to repost it, or I didn't do any of the standard digital marketing that I usually do for a lot of my businesses. And within 10 months, I became a super host, and I was very proud of myself. Made around $30,000 last year. And so this year I told myself I was gonna announce that I did it, come with my tips and the pros and cons of Airbnb. And I kid you not, I was in the process of recording. Very cute, hey guys, it's your girl Chelsea-Alana and welcome back to my channel. I was doing that and then I got a call from my husband saying somebody done broke into this damn house. Y'all can't see it because of the wind. But y'all see that? Shattered. And then we already put the board up, but glass everywhere. They punched a hole through here. And basically, as you can see with all the designer items, the cash register, everything like that, I'll even show you. We had our personal items because we were still staying here. You guys have seen me in a couple of videos make videos. This bathroom setting, because we just did, and when we didn't, we Airbnb it out. So we had a closet that had a padlock on it. This was the lock. It's black because the police just finished dusting it for prints. And we had all of our stuff in here. Someone was so vindictive and so vicious that they punched up in the attic to go climb through the attic to look for valuables to steal. And so I thought to myself, well, what better way to talk about the pros and cons of Airbnb with starting with the biggest con. Opening yourself to potential break-ins or robberies. Maybe during this video we'll also go through the potential suspects of who did this. This happened last night, and so today we are cleaning up, and tomorrow morning we are getting new windows because in 2 days I have another booking. One monkey don't stop no show. Okay, so let's get into it. The police just left, which is why I look the way I look. And so my husband had to go back to work. And so where our Airbnb is located is close to the Orlando area, because it's convenient for people who want to go to the amusement parks and things like that. When I first met my husband, he told me about this house that he bought a couple years ago, and he said he wanted to retire here. And I was just like, okay. This area is very boring. Nothing is up here. Not really that fun for girls like me. We ended up getting the condo by the water down in South Florida. And so he was paying our rent there and he was paying the mortgage here. He bought this house a few years ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. So thankfully his mortgage is not that high. So when I was like telling him like, oh, let's do Airbnb, he was just like, no, I don't want people at my house, da 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 da. I'm waiting for him to be like, I told you so, mind you. And so I'm telling him like, come on, like it doesn't make sense. Our rent for the condo is literally $6,000, and then you're paying an additional, what, like $2,000 for the mortgage. It doesn't make sense for you to be spending all that money. We'll actually make money if we do Airbnb. He was like, you know what, fine, whatever, you do it. So this is the first time any of this ever happened. We had a guest check in late, and when she came in, she said that she discovered all this mess. And then we called the police, who looked at security cameras. It happened at 4 a.m. the night before. And so, yeah, right now, I just got a quote from the window people. And so their quote for next day installment is like well over $1,000. And the type of window covering that we need for the sliding door And for the master bedroom window, it's not up to Florida code because everything has to be impact windows, it has to be hurricane proof or whatever. So he said that because we have a booking coming up, and I told him I can't miss this booking because it's a long-term booking. And so he said that he will just put temporary until the guest leaves and then come back up with the permanent. So what I'm doing is being cheap. If I can remove all of this glass, I will save $300. So I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna vacuum it up, and then I'm going to just keep talking to you guys about how my Airbnb journey is. But this 2024 is the year of transparency, okay, honey? This is not glitz and glamour than to show you live and in color how our house got robbed. Everywhere, don't worry, I have boots and long pants. So I could not record all of that I just had to do. It was a lot. Vacuum up the glass, and then I had to clean up, and then the police with their like powder stuff like would not come off the floor, it would not come off the wall. They put it everywhere on everything. Tomorrow when the guy changes the window to finish cleaning. But like I said, my honey, he is not a I told you so kind of guy, but I can see within the next, maybe he'll give it a couple weeks, he's going to hit me with the, you see why I told you no? See what I told you no? See what happened? So this is where we go into the part about the downsides of Airbnb. I mean, the plus side is that you make money. That's really it. There's nothing like that. People try to make it seem like it's some great like scheme or something, or it's very complicated. It's not, you know, you make extra money. I will say this, that if you are a person that owns, if you're a person that owns your property, this is something, doing Airbnb is a great opportunity for you. One, because you get to pay off your mortgage either for free, or you get to pay off your mortgage faster if you're the type of person whose mortgage is low enough to where that income doesn't really take away or give anything to your lifestyle, and then you have Airbnb on top of it. You're able to pay off your mortgage quicker, which means that it's less interest that you're paying. So that's really the only benefit of Airbnb. That's it. Here are all the cons. The cons, people rob you. And so crazy. I feel bad for my honey because, you know, when people go through your personal belongings, it's like a violation, and the stuff we thought we can get a reimburse, but we cannot, and I will tell you why. So when you have Airbnb, you have, as a host, you have something called air coverage, which is Airbnb Insurance. And so when the robbery happened, it happened during the stay of one of our guests within those hours. So of course, you know, when we got the police report, we got the photos, we got everything like that, I, you know, submitted it to Airbnb, and immediately I had quick customer service support call and basically asked me what happened in detail. I explained to them what happened. They said, do the police or do you believe that the guests had anything to do with the robbery or had a hand in it? And I was like, no. They were pretty much caught off guard and shaken up about the whole thing. They weren't there when it happened. And so basically the insurance people let me know that because it was not at the fault of the guests, it was not covered. Nothing was covered. The stuff that was lost wasn't covered, stuff that was damaged wasn't covered, and most importantly, the broken window repairs were not covered. And I said, okay, cool. We called the mortgage company to get in touch with the insurance company, and the insurance company says that because we were running a at-home business, which is what Airbnb is, you allow people from the public to partake in a business inside of your home. We needed business insurance to cover whatever was happening. And so the mortgage insurance will not cover the things that were stolen and will not cover the repairs. That's really why my honey is the most upset, because this is a double loss. And so I feel so bad, which is why I told him he didn't have to pay for the cleaning service, that I'll do it myself. Yeah, so I had a list of things that was wrong with Airbnb, and this totally threw me off. Since starting Airbnb, we've had squatters. We've had 2 squatters, actually. One squatter was a mom and a couple of her kids, incidentally taking her other half of kids to another part of the city, and so she got an Airbnb to be closer for her court dates. And so she was booking every day, booking, and I was like, okay, this is so weird. It's going on like a week, 2 weeks. And so we had someone that booked in advance, and so basically I let her know, like, I see you've been adding onto your bookings. I just want to let you know that we have somebody that had booked months prior and they're coming. And so she was just basically like, oh, do you mind if I give you a call? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. She calls me and she said, basically, I was supposed to get approved for this apartment, but it fell through and I didn't get approved, and I moved my whole family here so I can try to get my kids back, and da-da-da-da. And long story short, we're homeless. And so I'm like, and she was like, I think I saw the message. She was like, I love your home. I would love to live like this. This is living in luxury and this living in lifestyle, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm holding the motherfucking phone. I said, baby, I don't know what you're telling me that for, because you're still homeless. You got to get up out of here, boo-boo. And so I let her know I felt bad for your situation. However, I told her, we charge $150 a night. I said, it's not feasible for you to stay at our place. I said, you can literally go get you a hotel with double beds or a suite for the same 30 days, and that $3,000 that you're spending, you can, have room service, you can have free breakfast, you could have all this, like, you can have way more than staying there, and it's like, a couple $100 cheaper. And so I just let her know she got to get up out of there. Long story short, we get off the phone, the booking comes to an end, and the cleaning people call, and she's still there. Not like she's physically not there. All of her stuff is still there. We're calling her. I call the police. The police let me know that we were not allowed to remove her belongings without her permission or without her being there, and that we had to officially evict her. I said, this is an Airbnb. She was only supposed to stay here for like 2 weeks. And it was like, well, you joined in a contract with her with Airbnb, so you have to go through the proper channels and evict her. Bitch. I called her. I was like, honey, are you still planning on leaving today? And she was like, yes, don't worry. I'm just trying to figure things out. I am planning on leaving. Once I got that in writing, bitch, I put that as the go-to. I went up in there and I packed up all of her stuff. And I told her, I took a picture of it. I took videos of me packing up her stuff. And I said, honey, you have until the end of the day to come pick your stuff up. That was the first squatter. Second squatter, it was a guy and his dogs. Pretty much the same thing. He wasn't privy to the squatter law or whatever, because I told him straight up, I said, if you don't get out of this house by 11 a.m. on the dot, I'm calling the police. He was just like, okay, but we have nowhere to go. It's me and my dog and my kid and my da-da-da-da-da. I said, you knew you didn't have anywhere. I don't understand this. God forbid, one of my biggest prayers is that I'm never homeless or in a bad situation like that. But you know well ahead of time what your finances and what your living situation is going to be. You have to know it. And this couldn't have been your plan B. It's impossible. So between the robberies and the squatters, now we move on to the party people. The people who will rent out your place and you specifically let them know, I do not allow events or I do not allow private parties. You mess around, they have parties, they have a bunch of people there, and then the cleaning people will come and the cleaning people will refuse to clean. I remember one time there was an 8-ball in the kitchen. I was like, oh, what type of, what? What the hell? And the cleaning people was like, I don't feel safe, call the police, da 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 da, I don't want to clean yet. I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I had situations where I do charge a fee for having unapproved invites or unapproved guests, unapproved parties. Even with that, with Airbnb, it's like, it's such a hassle. They want you to provide proof there was a party. So I'm asking neighbors for their security footage of people parking in front of their house and walking down and doing all this other stuff. I'm taking pictures of weed being left on the pool table and stuff. And it's just like with Airbnb, they're really attentive when it comes to responses, but not attentive when it comes to reimbursement. They'll be like, oh, can you get us a live video footage of the event when it was? No, I can't. They clearly, it was more, they had one person that was put on the guest list as booking for one night, for one person, a 3-bedroom, and all the beds have been slept in. There's food everywhere, there's this, there's that, and it's just like, Airbnb is not for the faint-hearted, child. It'll throw you some loops all the time for no reason. We've had even people who, because we're in that Central Florida area, whenever there's a hurricane that's supposed to come or a tornado, we see an influx. We see an influx of people looking to book kind of inward. And so they'll book with us, and then when they find out that the hurricane wasn't that bad in the area or they weren't affected, now all of a sudden they want to, oh, I need to get a refund. The toilet, I've literally had a woman put in for a refund because the toilet wouldn't stop running. She said the toilet made too much noise. I'm like, what? You've been there for 4 days and now you want a refund for your whole entire trip because you said the toilet kept running or the house made weird noises or the neighbors got on your nerves? Like, it's the craziest things. Long ride back. I'm getting a little tired, so I'm not gonna end it because I know I had like a list of other things that were horrible with Airbnb, but this was just so crazy how you guys got to see it live and in action, child. Crazy. I realized I was about to end this video before showing you how to use this, so hold on. Okay, so let me see. Oh, you might not see me because I have to get a little closer. I don't think this was as dark as I thought it was going to be. Hold on. It didn't really turn out the way I thought it would. Hold on, let me see. It didn't turn out the way I thought. Okay, clearly I need to do more practice. Okay, maybe we're working with something. Okay, we're working with something. Double back. Okay, so I am going to do a video showing like the whole island that we're here, but right now I'm about to get ready. I'm about to shoot like a quick little video for IG to announce my pregnancy. Right now I'm in the 2nd bedroom and this is kind of like where I'm gonna get ready because that man hates when I got like all my stuff all over the place. So this 2nd bedroom is like literally perfect because then I could do my hair, get dressed, and then we're gonna go downstairs and have breakfast. So